What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are back to talk about Gorr. We're gonna take a look at the community reaction towards my video and what people have been experiencing with Gorr across different sections of the game. Clearly the experience of players at the end game and the players at mid-range game, new game, people are definitely having different experiences. And this might increase or decrease the value of Gorr. Something that we have to say is that maybe we were wrong on how the developers created this character for. Based on the hype from the envoys, the envoy said that this guy was going to counter Old Man Logan. It's not the case. I would say that the goal of the developers, and this is where the envoys interpreted wrong, I would say that Gorr was made to counter last year's arena team, which was the Secret Defenders. The Secret Defenders, all of the characters have charges. Black Cat has charges, Photon has charges, Robbie Reyes has charges, Doctor Strange has charges. And even if you're replacing Doctor Strange with Apocalypse or Super Skrull, all the mechanics that the Annihilators have indeed counter Super Skrull, Apocalypse with the Secret Defenders. But that's last year meta. That's last year meta. Right now the meta is different. We have Black Knight, we have Old Man Logan, we have Mephisto. And against those characters of the more advanced arena metas, Gorr is just not good enough. It's just not relevant enough. His stats and his kit is just inconsequential. So if Scopely released this character based on last year arena meta, of course the character was going to flop. And this is something that Scopely has failed in the past, even when they released Apocalypse, because the characters were designed for last year meta. Of course in current year meta is gonna flop. And that's absolutely what's going on. Once again, I think Gorr for new players, mid-range players will be good enough, but because it's based on Secret Defenders. But when you start facing big Old Man Logans, big Black Knights, the experience is going to be completely different. So let's take a look at a few takes from my Alliance members, from people on Reddit, some people on the comment section, and see what they are experiencing. Okay, so let's take a look. The comments will be from this video right here. Gorr equals trash. Once again, depending on where you are in the game, you might be experiencing this or not. First, we're going to take a look at this take from VNM. Gorr is so trash that I decided to upgrade Braun instead. I don't know what else to say. That just shows how little faith people have on this character right now. Because once again, if you are taking a look at a character that was designed for last year meta, well, that's just going to be inconsequential. And even the extra stats that he has is just not good enough. Let's take a look at my Alliance chat. We have Falker here. Falker has a 3, he has a 6 yellow, 6 red with gear with a purple ISO 8. Purple ISO 8, we are talking about blue ISO 8. 6 yellow, 6 red, purple ISO 8, level 3. Level 3, and he still complains about Gorr not doing enough focus, not doing enough damage, not having enough focus to remove charges. And this is a character that is almost maxed out. Once again, 6 yellow, 6 red, and ISO 8 purple level 3, which is a huge deal. Gorr maybe can join Captain Butter. This is a name that we made up for Captain Britain, because he's just so bad. His stats are absolute garbage. Captain Britain was released before of the big MSF stats reset, and he had a $300 paywall. So the fact that he has stats that are not at least in between the new meta and the old meta really make you feel like butter, and like he just melts in your hands when you touch him. Different people saying here that Gorr has no chance. 10-0 against Gorr in arena. We have VNM saying this. You can see here the Falker Gorr. You can see he's pretty big, 6 million health, 300,000 damage, 120,000 armor. The stats are there, like 6 yellow, 6 red, purple ISO 8. the stats are at least 25%, if not higher, or 50%, around 50% higher than the last year meta, but it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And that's it. Now, let's take a look at this post from Reddit, where Wicked, I think he commented in my video as well, that he used his Gorr against Black Knight, and many times he was not able to remove the charges. You can see right here, I tried 10 times and I was not able to remove the charges. Could be RNG, yes, sure, it could be RNG, but Gorr, even with these insane stats, you can see right here, 120,000 focus with Skirmisher Eyes Await, is still struggling to remove the charges. This is because he gets focus boosts if we have Annihilator allies, but let's be honest, not all Annihilator allies are part of the arena meta at the end game. Once again, if you are a new player, if you are facing a lot of Seeker Defenders or small Black Knights, maybe it's not going to be a problem for you, but it's being a problem for other people. Then we also have here that if you are mixing up the team, then it starts to strip the charges, but after you lose the power of the team. Then you have this problem here, which we had pointed out very well, is that Old Man Logan can still apply bleeds. He can still apply bleeds to the enemy team, and Gorr only stops the bleeds on his own team. And the charges from Gorr, Old Man Logan can remove them. So this is a big problem, because that means that you cannot activate the abilities of Gorr, and at the same time, Old Man Logan is still getting the speed. So they try to stop Old Man Logan, I guess, somehow. It's just not working at the end of the day. 10 different meshes, and this is the experience he has been getting. Now, let's take a look at this video from the LVP. First look at Gorr in Dark Dimension 7. I'm gonna save your time. Gorr gets destroyed in Dark Dimension 7 with Apocalypse, with Super Scroll, with Gladiator, and whatever other character he took. He was alive because all the other characters were dead before. And he's not able to remove the charges of Nova. He's able to remove the charges of Black Cat, which once again, Black Cat and Robbie Reyes. Which, once again, it makes sense, right? Because that's the team that was meta last year. It's just not the meta right now, and that's why some people are finding him very disappointing. The LVP also says that, Gorr is just not good enough because he does not have enough stats. I mean, how much stats? How much has to be the investment on a character for him to finally be good, right? How many diamonds, red stars, emeralds, sapphires, how many, I don't know, rubies, how much more you have to invest on the character so he finally he starts to perform well. This is the problem of people that just want to cope. The LVP spent $200 unlocking Gorr at 5 yellow, 5 red, and even at that size, my Gorr is 3 yellow, 3 red. Even at 5 yellow, 5 red, even with purple isolate, is just not performing well. So when you try to defend a character that is bad, but you spend $200, at this point you are just coping and trying to somehow justify your spending. And it was a bad decision, but now you have to live with it. Now let's take a look at the comments from my video. Once again, we have different perspectives here. We have free-to-play players, we have people that are on the 200s, 100s of the arena, and with Gorr they have been able to catch up with him. So far he's not a disappointment for me, since I'm a new player, but I got him. But after seeing this video, I wish I didn't waste my course on him, or went for Gladiator instead. Or even better, wait for Thanos. Hopefully the devs will rework him and boost him a little bit. Good video and honest review. Yeah, I always try to be honest with my reviews. I always try to take a look at the different perspectives. And this is why I really wanted to understand the developers. And the only way Gorr makes sense is if he indeed was made to counter Seeker Defenders and Apocalypse. Which, once again, it's last year. If so, it's last year arena meta. Robbie Reyes, Black Cat, Photon, and Super Scroll / Apocalypse. They'll probably buff him like they did with Illuminati if he's not working well, or if he's not selling well, which is probably going to be the case. Right now, people are unlocking him with power cores, and maybe that's why he's not that great, because Scopely made sure that you are going to waste your power cores during the Old Man Logan Diamond events. Maybe that's why it's not going to be so bad, but yes, indeed, this kit is just not good enough. But the Illuminati rework was kind of garbage anyway. But yeah, so I hope they do better than the Illuminati rework. Nobody uses Black Knight in Arena, not in my Arena Shard. Once again, depending on where you are in the game, you might face more Black Knights or not. Right now, at the end game, Black Knight is not a thing because people are using Gladiator, Mephisto, and so on. But if you are between like the top 25 and top 100, yeah, you might still be finding a lot of Black Knights in Arena. The only player without Black Knight today switched him to Gorr. Those who don't have Mephisto use Black Knight, Logan, Super Scroll, Apocalypse, and Gladiator. So you can see right here, even he says on his own comment that yes, someone switched Black Knight for Gorr, but everyone else is using everything that is not Gorr. So there we go. Trash, but Gear Tier 19 and 3 T4s. It's just part of the job. I have to invest on the characters, so you guys don't have to invest, and then you can make your decision. I put my resources on the line to test him out, give my opinion, my honest opinion, and then you decide for yourself if this is a character that you want to pursue or not. What about Gorr not garbage, but you need to complete the team with endgame Thanos? Once again, in which context? We have the envoys that tested these characters on Cosmic Crucible, Alliance Wars, and even in Arena, and they are still not good. They are still not good. So where are they supposed to be good? Where are you going to use the full team, and the full team is supposed to shine over what's going on right now in the current meta? It's just not the case. Great video, thank you very much. I have him at 5 red, Gear Tier 18, Skirmisher, and Raider. Neither of them remove any charges from Black Knight. So once again, there you go. Same that we had on Reddit from different people complaining about Gorr not being able to remove charges from Black Knight, because Black Knight has just so much resistance. Black Knight still definitely Arena meta. I put Skirmisher to bring Gladiator and Ultimus to give him enough focus to strip the charges. He'll be okay once you get some more stars. Now, the problem here is that Gorr right now, he has the same stats at 3 stars that other characters have with diamonds. And this is why I don't accept this argument. We can see right here from Black Cat. So Black Cat is last year Arena meta. Black Cat, she has the same stats, she has less stats than Gorr. This is why saying, oh yo, Gorr, bro, like Gorr does not have enough yellow stars or red stars, or that's just scope. That's just you not understanding what's going on right now. If you have 10 apples and you have 10 apples, just because some of the apples are yellow and the other apples are red, you still have 10 apples on both sides. It's just because this guy has 4,000 health with 3 yellow stars and 3 red stars, and this girl has 4,000 health or 4 million health with 1 diamond. You cannot say that, oh no, he has to be bigger, he has to be so much bigger to be useful. Like how much big he has to be. And this has other problem, is that just because a character has a lot of stats does not mean that the character is good. You can say this with a character like Tigra. Let's see if you can find Tigra. Because Tigra, she has very low stats, 1 million health compared to 4 million health, but her damage output is so high, and because her and her team are so fast, it doesn't matter how big your stats are, because at the end of the day, after these characters like take 2 or 3 turns, if they stop you from having turns, or if they are so fast that they will not give you a chance of having turns, it doesn't matter how big your stats are. Your stats could be 1 billion health. If I have 2 billion damage output, it just does not matter. It just does not matter how big the stats are. If you have control effects, if you have extra speed, if you have stuns, turning winds, slows, anything that allows you to go faster than your enemies, the stats at the end of the day will not matter. Okay, let's go back to the video. Let's see some more takes here. Viper Venom. you miss Gorr's niche, he clears charges. Battlefield effects is a niche anti-mythic, anti-legendary. I agree with that. I think he's going to be somewhat decent, maybe against Odin, like you are saying, because Odin is slightly faster than Gorr, and Gorr clears battlefield effects. But at the same time, it just might not be enough, because Odin is going to be a mythical character, and Gorr is just a basic character, so let's keep that in mind. Anti-Dormammu, because Dormammu is still relevant on the first 100 to 500 slots in Arena. I can understand that. If you are a new player, I believe that's definitely common for you to face. But like I said, at the end game, this is just not the case. Everybody pushing to get the game-breaking team. Are they so good or not? Once again, right now they are not very good, and this is not just my experience, this is also the experience of the envoys on the test server using these characters maxed out on different game modes. At low stars he needs to be a skirmisher to the charge removal, but once again we have people here saying that even when he's a skirmisher or whatnot, he's not being able to remove the charges. We have different reports of this, so it's just not the case. I have zero problems with removing charges at 7 red or better Black Knights with the 3 red stars Gorr. Now, I tried this yesterday. You guys saw from my video in Arena, in Alliance Wars, it was just not the case. Yes, it can happen. You can have a streak where he removes the charges all the time, but you get to a point that he stops removing the charges because that's just RNG based, and depends once again on your setup and if you're at the end game or not. Because if you are facing Apocalypse and Apocalypse has charges, Apocalypse will reduce your focus by 200%, which will compromise the focus even more of Gorr. So keep that in mind as well. I went from rank 97 to rank 21. This is amazing. Once again, I'm glad that you guys are having success with Gorr in Arena. And we have here, you want to counter Mephisto so early? Of course not. I don't think Gorr was made to counter Mephisto. Right now, I strongly believe that Gorr was made to counter Secret Defenders. Once again, last year, Arena meta. They really gave him too little damage. Here we have Wicked from, I think he's the one that was on Reddit. The stats boost is... not sure they thought the stats boost very well. Gorr at 5 yellow, 5 red, has way more damage than Apocalypse, so Gorr does not get the charges from Old Man Logan. Basically useless on offense, but here we are. So once again, even more problems with Gorr that we were not expecting. Gorr is going to remove charges. We don't have any characters. Okay, this is just based on my experience at the end game, so I'll take that. And once again, we have Wicked saying here that he's still able to get bleeds from Old Man Logan, which will be cleared on something when it drops below 50% health. If that even happens before your team gets the bleeds out. So once again, not working as intended. Once again, why I strongly believe that he was made to counter Secret Defenders and not Old Man Logan. Finally, MSF content creator that is honest. I'm just focused on my course on Gladiator to 7 yellow and then saving for Thanos. Went 4-0 smashing Gorrs today, reaching rank 6 in Arena. Seems like a well trap to me. By the time he becomes relevant, you can probably get him fully free to play. 6 years he's always been like this way, which is some of the reasons why he used to get hate on him. I mean, that's just part of the way it is. Like, if I'm honest and people get offended by that, it's just the way it is. It's like on the LVP video, I said that he was ignorant, that he doesn't know that you can use Namor and the leader outside of his own team, but it seems like the LVP doesn't know this. And Scopely said that all the characters now are going to be plug and play to some degree. And Gorr is just really struggling to get his job done. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the video. Some of the reactions from the community, their experiences with Gorr. Once again, if you are on the early game, if you are mid-range game, if you are between top 250 to top 50, you might still get some value out of this character. But when you are transitioning from the mid game to the end game, or very, very far into the end game, it's just not so great. and he's really struggling to deal with characters like Old Man Logan, Black Knight, and let's not even talk about Mephisto because there is no conversation there. But there you go. That was the reaction of the community, quite divided, but we understand why. And once again, hopefully the goal of the developers was really to counter the last year meta, and that's why Gorr is underperforming. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Mouse Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.